In agribusiness today, the Ag Department lowered its forecast for this year's cotton crop. USDA projects just over 17 million bales. That's down 3% from last month, but up 10% over last year. Yield is down slightly from a year ago. Meanwhile, it's a big turnaround this year for peanuts. USDA pegs production at just under 6 billion pounds, a 12% climb from August and a whopping 63% increase from last year. USDA says record high yields are expected in several states. We continue our coverage of USDA's latest report. The Ag Department lowered its price expectations for corn to between $7.20 and $8.60 per bushel. Soybeans were estimated between $15 and $17. Will those prices hold demand, and how should producers react? Al Pell and Bob Utterback discuss.
Here at the Agribusiness Desk, Bob Utterback, Utterback Marketing. Bob, let's talk a little bit about the end user, and there are a lot of end users for the products that we all grow out there, and I'm not talking about the guy who's eating Wheaties for breakfast either.
We're moving now from a supply-driven market, which started in April, May, and now it's waning. We know the crop has been hurt. We know the supply is down. Now the issue is going to be demand. How fast is demand going to be rationed? And I'll tell you, we'll have some things to look on, but we're going to know after the event. But I would say right now the belief I have is most livestock producers are going to try to hang on. They got rid of some of their weak stuff, but most guys are going to try and hang on. The real liquidation in hog industry is not going to hurt until June, July if they start seeing weather problems. Next year, then it'll be horrendous. So if you're going to hang on and try to stick it out, what should you be doing? And your exposure as a hog producer,
right.
I think these are the most critical, because cattle guys can diversify somewhat, and the chicken guys are getting out. And so the hog producers, where I think my attention is drawn to, is you got to get control of good quality corn. You know, if you're in in the Midwest, poor quality corn, aflatoxin, poor test weight,
yeah.
You don't want to feed that. You know, there are going to be some problems for those guys.
So you got to get good quality corn.
You got to get, and it's going to be more than northern corn. Minnesota, Michigan is going to have, and
right.
North Dakota, Iowa is going to have really good corn. So you need to get good control of that corn if you can. I know it's a shipping problem, but that means if you can get good quality corn, you need to get it in your physical control. So I'm really pushing you to borrow the money, put it in your bin or your neighbor's bin, but get physical control, because between February to before Argentine corn and Brazilian comes in March, April, I'd say between February to August, basis could be very erratic. You could have as much exposure in the basis as you do in the flat price. So if you can't get physical control, then you're going to have to use paper or a long position. And I think your best opportunity is probably between shortly after the September supply demand. If we have a bullish report,
right.
Bearish reaction, harvest pressure, and remember, this is election year, and we got potential pressure of and also crop insurance. There's a lot of people who want prices to go down in October. If we get that correction, a 50-cent correction in corn, maybe a $1 correction in beans, you need to use that to get your corn beans locked up for the next 6 months.
Lock it up right now for the end user. Thank you very much. Bob Utterback's our guest here on Ag Day. We'll be back more in a moment.
To talk with Bob one-on-one, call Utterback Marketing Services, toll free at 800-832-1488.